Welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're looking at something pretty specific, quite debated actually, in space exploration circles. It's about those live feeds from the International Space Station.
The ISS feeds.
And specifically claims of UFOs being spotted.
Exactly.
We're focusing on one particular clip from Tyler with Secure Team. They're well known for watching these feeds very closely.
Right. Secure Team. They grab a lot of footage. The clip we're diving into is from 2014.
Yeah, it's got that very direct title, NASA Cuts Live Space Feed, HD UFO Appears at IS 2014.
Doesn't leave much room for interpretation, does it?
Not really. So our mission today is basically to unpack what Secure Team claimed in that video, how they operate, and what they think it all means.
And it's interesting how they operate. They essentially screen capture NASA's public Ustream pages constantly. The specific footage, they made a point of saying, was caught on NASA's new Live Earth stream page.
A new feed. What was special about that?
Well, according to Secure Team, this feed was dedicated only to showing Earth from orbit. They highlighted it because, for them, catching a UFO on this particular news stream was a first, made it more significant in their eyes.
Okay, so the context of the new feed matters to their claim.
Gotcha. And what's their idea about how NASA manages these streams, especially if something weird pops up?
Yeah, this is central to their argument. They say these streams have a slight delay, right?
A buffer, maybe?
Sort of. And their theory is if something anomalous appears, something they don't want seen, the controllers just cut the feed instantly. It goes to like a blank gray or blue screen.
Ah, so not a glitch, but a deliberate action.
That's exactly what Secure Team claims. They see it as an obvious method to cover things up because with only a small delay, you can't really edit the object out neatly.
You just have to kill the feed.
Pretty much. That's their interpretation.
Yes.
Cutting the feed is the cover-up in action.
Okay, so for this specific incident, June 8th, 2014, what did they actually say they saw? Right, early morning hours. They described it pretty vividly, called it a massive craft.
Massive.
Yeah, and an undeniable UFO. They stressed it didn't look like any military craft or anything else they recognized,
So completely outside known categories for them?
Definitely. And this wasn't an isolated thing for Secure Team. They mentioned something else interesting, too.
Oh, yeah. What was that?
They claimed that before this 2014 incident, after they published some other footage they called smoking gun evidence,
Okay.
NASA suddenly put up a notice saying the live feeds might be disabled permanently.
Whoa, really? Did they disable it?
Well, that's the twist.
Ugh.
Secure Team says the feed didn't go down, it stayed up.
Huh. So how did Secure Team explain that?
Their take was that maybe higher-ups stepped in and decided not to shut it down because, actually shutting it down might give more credibility to Secure Team's UFO claims. It would look suspicious.
Ah, I see. So keeping it online was, in their view, also part of managing the information, just in a different way, avoiding suspicion.
Exactly. It's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation from their perspective.
And this group, Secure Team, they're still at it.
Seems like it. They stated pretty clearly they're always looking out for footage like this, and that they'll keep posting it until our account is probably shut down, was their quote. Shows their commitment, I guess.
Right. So they see themselves as sort of persistent observers documenting these potential anomalies. Okay, so wrapping this up.
Yeah.
What does all this mean for you listening? We looked at Secure Team's claims, this 2014 incident, the object they saw, the feed cuts, and importantly, their interpretation of why NASA might cut feeds or even why they might keep feeds online.
Yeah, and if you zoom out a bit, you have these independent groups monitoring official public live sources. It really raises a big question, doesn't it? How do you critically evaluate information like this? Especially when it involves interpreting, glitches or cuts in a live feed as potential evidence of something extraordinary, or even alleged cover-ups by agencies like NASA.
Right. How do you navigate that when someone presents a feed cut, not as a technical issue, but as proof of something hidden?
It leaves you thinking about how we all process this constant stream of digital information and, how we decide what might be signal versus what might just be noise.